Hey everybody, Nick here from Nick's Taxes, and today is a great day, Monday, May 24th. For Canadians here, it is Victoria Day. I have the day off. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. But for another reason, it's a great day because you can get your $1,000 CRB benefit today for the last 2 weeks. So today's video, we're going to talk about some of the things that have happened since the last eligibility period. I'm going to go over the CRB again for those who are new to the channel. And I'm going to go over some questions that I've had in previous videos. In one of my later videos, I asked if you had any questions, let me know and I'll try to answer them. So that's what I'm going to do at the end of this video. So if you're new to the channel, how's it going? I'm Nick. I make videos on Canadian personal tax, finance, investing, all that kind of stuff that happens to do with Canadians and their money. So if that's of interest to you, please consider subscribing. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you guys give this video a thumbs up. Don't do it for me, do it for your CRB benefit. Really appreciate that. Just helps get this video out there to more people who could find this stuff valuable. So today you can officially apply for CRB period number 17, and that went from May 9th to May 22nd, 2021. Again, you can apply as of today, but you have until July 22nd of 2021 to apply for this benefit. But obviously, I think if you need the money, you should do it as soon as possible. There has been talks that the CRB is going to start to decrease and start to fade away. That's still in the makings. We'll touch on that a little bit later. But a lot of you guys have been saying that that's going to be really tough on you guys because it hardly even covers your rent. So I'm curious, today's question is, what city are you in and how much is your rent? I have a friend that just moved to Hamilton, Ontario, and actually, believe it or not, Hamilton, after Vancouver and Toronto, is the third most expensive city in North America, not just Canada. And he's ending up paying $1,800 a month for rent to live in downtown Hamilton. Let me know what city you guys are in and how much your rent is, because they are looking at lowering the CRB. And so I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. So like I said, today's period is period number 17, goes from May 9th to May 22nd. You have to qualify for that entire period to actually apply for the CRB. The qualifications still remain the same, and if you have applied for previous CRB periods, you have to reapply again for this period. It doesn't automatically carry over. That is because you should be looking for jobs. You should be trying to get out of the CRB program and kind of using this as a safety net when you can't find jobs due to the pandemic. If you're looking to apply, you can do so online or by phone, and you can do it through the Canada Revenue Agency website or by calling the CRA and getting that handled. Obviously, you want to be mindful of the phone line, so do so as soon as possible and be prepared for long wait times if you are calling in. Like I've said before, you have up to 60 days to retroactively apply for CRB. So the period from March 14th to March 27th, if you haven't applied for that and realized that, hey, I actually qualified for that period, I can get $1,000 for that 2-week period, you have until May 26th before that period shuts down for good. You won't be able to go back and apply for that period after May 26th. So from periods 13 to the present period, you can apply for if you haven't done so already. Now, like we've talked about in the budget, they're looking at extending the CRB program, but also looking at cutting the amount that you'll be receiving during that period of extension. And that is in Bill C-30. And Bill C-30 is a giant bill, basically trying to pass everything that they've talked about in the budget that was released back in April. But as of right now, that bill is still in the initial progress phases. There's still a lot to happen before that gets passed, and I will keep you guys updated on what's going on, but it's currently still in the second reading. The last update we had was May 11th regarding the second reading of Bill C-30. So once that gets passed, we'll be able to officially announce the extension or the changes in the CRB. But as of right now, there hasn't been any change. So refer to the CRB website for anything that you need regarding the CRB. And once things change, again, I can let you guys know what's going on when that change comes into effect. If you are unaware, if you haven't been following my videos, the CRB is $1,000 every 2 weeks, but they withhold 10% in tax, which means that you get $900 in your pocket as a result of applying for and qualifying for the Canada Recovery Benefit. So $900 every 2 weeks. This income is taxable, so while they are withholding 10%, come tax time, that might not be sufficient tax for the amount of income that you are claiming for that entire year. So you might end up paying tax on top of what you've already withheld from the CRB. You'll have a better understanding of what that looks like towards the end of the year once you see how much income you actually brought in for 2021. There are tax calculators out there to kind of estimate how much tax you might owe based on your incomes and the province that you live in or declare residency in. And I'll talk about that more towards the end of the year, but if you want to have an idea, I have made videos on that, and one of them's highlighted on my channel. So if you go onto my channel, the CRB calculation and the calculator is that first video. So you can go check that out and learn how to use some different tax calculators out there. It's all free to do and free to use. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you're still tuning in, appreciate you guys. We're gonna go into some questions here. And I put some questions out there on my Instagram at Nick's Taxes, and also put it out there on YouTube. I said, if you have any questions, let me know. So I'm gonna go through some of the comments received on Instagram and in my YouTube comments. Now I forgot to screenshot the comments from Instagram, and after 24 hours, they disappeared. So I remember what one of them was, but I just won't be able to put it up on the screen. And it was, how come I can't deduct things like my car on my taxes? And so that question has to relate to personal versus business expense. And so in Canada, the CRA has determined that you taking a job, wherever that may be, and then driving to that job is a personal expense. You are choosing to be employed by this place. You understand where that place is, and it's your responsibility to get to and from your location. So in that case, when you're an employee, your car is not deductible because that is all considered personal. And then obviously that is the same thing when you're looking at driving to the grocery store or anything like that. That's all personal expenses that you're using, that you're choosing to use, as part of your lifestyle. Where you can end up deducting your car is if you're using it for business purposes. If you have a side hustle, or if you're self-employed and you use your car to conduct business, that's when you can start deducting your car. You also see some employees that are allowed to use their car. It's called employment expenses. They receive a specific form at the end of the year that allows them to claim parts of their car because the company doesn't cover them. The most common job you see with this is a salesperson. Their job is to be in their car to drive around to many different businesses and make, sales calls, meetings, fulfillment, whatever it is, but it's their responsibility to use their car to drive to these locations. They're not sitting in an office. So in that case, the employer lets them deduct gasoline and all sort of vehicle purchases and maintenance fees that they have regarding that regarding that vehicle, because it affects their job. The YouTube comment from Lori Ann Miller says, what about the elderly or someone on CPP disability? Have you heard anything about this? I think this is regarding my last video. We talked about the childcare benefits getting a boost. I get this question a lot. What about so-and-so group? What about single people? What about disability people? What about seniors? Now, the CRB, I want you guys to know, is for the working class. This is not, they're not just giving a benefit for the sake of giving a benefit. They're giving these benefits for those who are part of the working class of people who no longer can work. They're not just giving money out for people to have money. It's for people who can no longer work, that were in the workforce, can't work because of the pandemic, and now this is basically their working income. So for disability and CPP and the elderly, there hasn't been a recovery benefit for them because that's not who it was designed for. The elderly, the senior, if you were part of the workforce, sure, you can apply, but those who are retired and at home, that's not who this is for. So they're not looking at benefits for those people in regards of, the CRB. I have made videos on the Canada Disability Tax Credit. So a lot of seniors do qualify for that if they have a disability. But regarding CPP and elderly people, that hasn't changed due to the pandemic. Next question is from Pauline Wilson. Hi Nick, wonder if you could help. If my sister is selling her house, principal home, and downsizing to an apartment, is she required to report capital gains for the house she sells? Also, if she's hiring some professional cleaner to do a one-time complete house cleaning before she moves, as requested by the home buyer, can my sister use the receipt from the professional home cleaning company for her tax report as an expense if she needs to report the capital gain? Okay, so if it's a principal home, if it's your principal residence, Canada has a principal residence tax exemption. So for the years that the property was your principal residence, those years are exempt from capital gain on the property. So this is big, obviously, especially in Ontario where the housing market is booming. People are seeing huge gains on their house. If you purchased a house and it was your principal residence for the entire time that you had it and then you sold it, any gain that you had on the house is tax-free, so you don't need to worry about claiming any expenses. Now, if you have two properties, say you have a house and a cottage, you can only choose one place as your principal residence. The other one is subject to capital gains. Another one from Eltnar. Can you make some videos on how to invest some of it, please? I think it's on CRB. And yes, absolutely, I shall. I was just trying not to. That's kind of what the content I want to do going forward, but a lot of you guys need CRB as a necessity. So just in good taste, I didn't want to talk too much about investing, but I have in the past, and I'm going to sprinkle some more in definitely as we head into the summer. And Jeremy Tobias, does Leafs win the cup, Nick? No, I don't think they do. My prediction is the Colorado Avalanche will win the Stanley Cup. And I think the Toronto Maple Leafs will make it past the second round. And that is my prediction for Toronto this year. Okay, this video is getting long. I will do that again. I will answer more questions in later videos, so keep asking them in the comments below. And let me know again how much you're paying in rent in what city you're in. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your CRB, enjoy your long weekend. I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. Happy taxing.